This controller has a screen on it. This is the Manba One, and yeah, this is a pretty mental controller. It has so much going for it. We've got the white one, which is kind of like a silver into white grade with this transparent plastic sort of top piece, which is removable, and they also do just like a straight black one as well, but I really like this sort of grey silver fade into white with the transparent stuff. You can see the rumble motors inside and the horns as well. It's pretty mental. There is so much to go over with this controller, so let's just go over the specs really quickly. We've got Hall effect sensing joysticks, Hall effect analog triggers. We do have gyro. We've got removable joysticks just there that snap off, and they also give you like extended height ones as well. So you just line them up and then click them in, and look how much more extension you've got there for if you want extra precision on like driving games or shooters, if that's your thing. We've got an Xbox layout button style, which are recessed and all white, and I actually really like that. We do have RGB LEDs that shine around, and you can change all this as well. On the back, we've got 4 different remappable back paddles just there. We've got an on or off switch, and we've got a digital trigger mode just there. Digital, if I can speak. So analog, flip it down, and now you're into a digital input. So you press it and it's just 100%, whereas that's obviously going to be a gradual thing. So this is a manual selection on the back just there. And this being a multi-platform controller can work with the Switch, iOS, Android, PC, Steam Deck, all those good stuff. Now you can use it wired via the USB-C on the top, you can Bluetooth it, or you do get a dongle in the box if you want to connect that way, and that's how I've been using it. Not only that, but you do get a dock as well, a charging dock. So you click that and it like beeps and stuff, and then it just charges up like that. So you've got your USB-C in the back with the little face, as you can see there, and then you get a USB cable as well. Now on the bottom of the dock, you do get a little house to put your dongle in, but immediately, you know, I think they've missed a trick there. I thought this was going to be an extension module so that this would like slide in and connect here, and then that could be like an extension with the lead as your receiver, right? So that you could have this dock plugged in behind your computer or wherever it might be, and then extend the cable so that it's like a longer receiver for this. But no, it is just an empty hole just to like put this in, right? So that you don't lose it. But honestly, you know, I feel like that should have been an extra receiver, but yeah, okay. I do like the fact that it does come with the dock though, so that you can just leave this plugged in and, you know, charged up at all times, which is handy. I do like docks. Now I've mainly been using this on the Ally X, so I have to use a little dongle thing here to convert it into a USB-C so that it can sit on the top there. And then when I hit on the back just there, it's going to load up, show up there saying Manba. And of course, now we're onto the screen, which is the big thing, right? And whilst I do love it, there's one thing that makes it a little bit frustrating, and I hope that they could like maybe update the firmware and correct this, or maybe fix it in the next model or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's go through that. So here is the screen, and it says press home 3 seconds to settings. So, you know, it's telling you how to get in there. On the top, we've got Manba. We've got Bluetooth, PCX, which I'm guessing is, you know, the X input PC mode, and then the battery life just there as well as their logo. So this is actually another thing that I wish they let you do, was change the logo. Like, how cool would it be to have 128 KB like on my controller just there? Like, I would love that. I would love that. So Manba, you know, let us update the logo, because they don't let you do that. It's kind of a bit of a shame. But anyway, let's press home for 3 seconds to get in there. Now, I've been navigating this with the Dpad, right? But you'll notice as I'm navigating, stuff's happening on my Ally X, and this is the issue that I have with it. As you're going around the menu on the screen, it's still inputting the inputs that you're doing to your device. Now, obviously you could just unplug this and then do it that way, but generally you're gonna have it connected one way or another. And that's kind of annoying, because if you're doing stuff, you're gonna be altering the game if you're in one. I'm just in a menu, so it's not really a problem, but being in a game has frustrated me. So I'd recommend, if you do get one of these, set it up and do your settings first, and then go into your game and play, right? So you've got pair at the top, you then have mode, and you control everything with these buttons on the bottom, which is back, or start, right? So minus or plus. So I'm gonna go to mode with start, and then it goes into PC, iOS or Android. I can go back via the back button just there, right? I can then go down to these, which is the LEDs, right? So this is the brightness of the screen, and it goes all the way down, but you can't turn it off. So you cannot turn it off, but you can dim it a lot. I've been putting it just like there, basically. And then if I go back in there and go over, now we've got the different colors of the RGB LED on the side, right? So let's move my hand so you can actually see it. And there we go. So you can choose whatever color you want, which is pretty cool. Or you've got like this rainbowy looking one. But yeah, I've been just rocking it on. I think I had it on teal, didn't I? Something like that. I don't know. Where is it? There it is. There's teal. So yep, that's fine. And now I'm going to go back up to the top. And now you can keep light. You can breathe. So it will breathe the light, you know, like in and out, just like that. And to go back in, I've got to go back up and then go back to the menu. And then you can, I missed it. There we go. So to the menu, and then you can go down and turn off if you want. And then that's it. Your RGB LED lights are off. Now backing out, you do have a language bit there and help as well. So you can change it just there by clicking into that, or you can go to help. But if you go to settings, this is where everything is. So you've got default at the top, which everything's grayed out. Everything is just stock, right? So nothing's programmed to the back or anything like that. That's just stock. So you've got to go to settings 1, and then you can go to button, right? And now you can change, so A is A, and you can go in and you can press any other button. So maybe I want A to be X, but no, I don't. I want it to be A. So that's that. You can still see now in the back here that I'm doing stuff because I'm pressing buttons, right? But whatever. And if I want to open turbo up, hang on, let's go back to A. If I want to go to turbo, it's with the joystick, and that is just on or off, whatever direction I want. So I'm just going to leave it off, but that's how you enable turbo, right? Now I'm going to go back and quit without saving, yes. And then you can change all of these, and then these are the 4 back paddles. So you can see on mine, I've actually changed M2 to be R3. So the one on the back just there is that click in, and on the other side, I've clicked that one in, because personally, I really don't like clicking the joysticks in to do that input, because you're always going to press the stick. And when I'm playing, I want to be really precise. So I always remap back paddles to be L3 and R3, just because I hate having to push the joystick. It really annoys me. You're always going to push it and then end up like pushing the joystick somewhere. So I always remap those to that. But obviously there's 4 back paddles, so you can do even more. So if I went into here to M1, right, you can then do a series of inputs, and it tells you can record up to 20 seconds. So this is macro record now, right? So you can either button swap and true button swap, which it has, or you can do a macro record. So 20 seconds of inputs you can assign to that button. When you press it, it's going to do that whole series of actions for you. So now I'm going to go back again. I can then go into joysticks, right? And we've got left and right, and you've got default, immediately, delay, and high performance. I have no idea what this is. I imagine it's dead zones, maybe? Like different dead zones or something that it puts in. I'm not too sure. To be honest, I haven't really tested that bit. I just went, high performance, yeah, let's do it. And yeah, it's been great. But you can do that on either the left or the right stick. And then if we back out, then you can go down and go to vibration. And then it does rumble to show you like none, basically. A little bit of rumble, more rumble, or maximum rumble. And there's only a small amount. I mean, that's quite a jump from like the second one to the third one. But third to fourth isn't much of a step. Now, I've been putting it on step 3, which has been my favorite. And that has been great. And it is a nice, heavy, low, sort of swoopy rumble rather than a high, like, kind of thing, which is really horrible. So rumble is actually really decent. You've obviously got different modes as well. So you've got different settings. So you can have 4 if you include the default, but you can have 3 custom settings. So if you want totally different remaps and everything for per game, if there's 3 really good games that you're always playing and you always remap differently, you can do that with the profiles here and then switch them via the screen, which I do think's a good thing. I really like the idea of it. It's very clear. It's nice being in color as well. Like, it's not horrible and muddy and stuff. And it even comes with like a screen protector on. So the screen itself does have like a little screen protector that I've just left on. And I'm pretty sure it had another one over that you peel off. But I actually like the screen. It's very easy to use. The only problem there is that it sends those inputs to your device whilst you're messing around. So I don't even know what I've done to my Ally X here. I've probably just bricked it, right? And yeah, so that is the only kind of frustration there. But after that, once you've done all that and you back out and you're just like, yeah, I'm good to go now. I've chosen my thing, you know, I really like that. Then away you go and it works amazingly well. I really, really like that. I want to show you like ergonomics. So ergonomic wise, I really like how this holds into your hands. It fits into your hands lovely. Obviously asymmetrical layout. Absolutely fine with that. The joysticks are really nice. They're like a rubber cap on the top just here, and they feel lovely under your fingers and thumbs. I mean, who plays like this? I don't know. But if you do play like that for whatever reason, then, you know, you're probably going to like it. But yeah, with thumbs, nice and grippy, nice and rubbery. The whole thing sits into your hand really, really well. The only downside I have about this is this bit. This weird like silver piece. It steps off of the controller about, I don't know, a millimeter or two. And the way I hold it, which is like this, these fingers just here are resting on this lip, like mainly my pinky, on that lip just there, right? Just there. And it's incredibly annoying. So yeah, holding it like this, I'm just constantly feeling that lip under my fingers there, and it kind of annoys me. Once you're playing, you get over it, but my initial like immediate impression was like, oh, that's kind of annoying. Why isn't it just rounded or like molded into the rest of the controller? So now I'm in this controller tester, right? And everything works great. Like I've already tested all this, and the joysticks are great. They do have a circular gate as well. So you don't get that like square gate when you go into the angles, and you can't enable it. You can't go into raw mode or anything like that. It is just going to be a circle. But if we go to test circularity, right, and press down and scroll around, you get a 0.4% margin of error on both sticks. So 0.4%, that's really good. You know, 0.4% is very, very low margin of error. And they are Hall effect joysticks, so I'd expect it to be nice and low. So Hall effect sticks, if you don't know, they use magnets instead of friction. You're way less likely to get drift, and they're quick to input. You can have lower dead zones and all that good stuff. They just last longer than potentiometer sticks. And these ones in particular have been spot on. I've not noticed any issues, no sticking or anything like that. They're brilliant sticks, works really well. Now, if I just show you the D-pad, yes, it does input left and right if I rock whilst holding down, because this is an 8-way D-pad. There's no like 4-way only, which I would have liked to have seen in the screen. It would have been really cool if you could just enable this to be 4-way or 8-way as a setting on the screen, but no, you know, for me, when I'm playing platformers, I do like having a 4-way D-pad. The face buttons are pretty good. I mean, they're just membrane face buttons and they return very well. You know, there's nothing I can say bad about that. I mean, some people might not like the fact that you can't really see what buttons there are, but for me, I absolutely find this fine. It's not a problem with that at all. The triggers, again, work excellently. If I show you here, if I change them to digital input, you can see there on that little tester that they're just immediately firing. Whereas if I go back to analog, you can see that it goes slowly as I press it slowly. So I do really like those features. I like the fact there's 4 back paddles as well, and obviously you don't have to use them all. But yeah, it's a really decent controller. My only gripes are the 3 that I've pulled up throughout this video. The first gripe being that this dock cannot be an extender for your dongle. It just holds it in there, which is, you know, a little bit sad. You know, that's a little bit sad. The next one is that all your inputs whilst you're changing stuff on the screen are then sent to whatever device you are connected to. And then finally was that slight lip just there. But other than that, once you look past that, you've got incredible joysticks. It works really well. I love the screen. Oh, the other negative was that you can't put like your own logo on the screen as well. But yeah, the screen's really good. I really like it. I like the design of it. It feels nice in the hand, other than that bit and your pinkies, you know. But yeah, it's a very cool controller. Everything works brilliantly. I've been testing this for a couple of weeks now, and I've been enjoying my use with it. It's just those few things that have been kind of a little bit frustrating, which I really feel that they could fix. You know, maybe in a new iteration, or even just do the firmware thing on here and then let us use logos, maybe put a 4-way D-pad mode in there. But ultimately, I've been enjoying my time playing games with the Manba One. So the Manba One just here comes in at $70, which I think for a multi-platform controller, which has so much going for it, you know, it's got a freaking screen on it, it's got 4 back paddles, it's got analog and digital triggers, it's got nice membrane buttons, it's got really high accuracy Hall effect joysticks that won't drift. You've got everything that you can do on there, macro, turbo, button swap, all that good stuff. You can change the RGB LEDs on the side, which clearly I've turned off. You've got a dock with it as well. You've got adjustable or changeable joystick caps. You've got the dongle that comes with it as well. I think this is a really decent controller. It's just those few little sort of problems I had with it, which again, I think could be fixed in future iterations. What do you think of the Manba One? Is this something you've been looking to get yourself, or have you got one already? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Whilst you're down there, like this video, subscribe, become a member, and you can see these videos early, and you get to chat to me and AJ over in the Discord. And talking of AJ, go check out our podcast over here where we talk about all things gaming. Check out another video from me down here. Bye.